Baseball. It's a beautiful game, and one I have enjoyed for many years. Though growing up in Canada, my world was dominated by hockey, baseball somehow captured my heart. And as I think back as to how America's pastime reached this young Canadian boy, the love of unique ballparks, nerdy baseball stats, and my personal affection for sports media presentation, can it really all be thanks to General Mills Cereal Company? You see, when I was a small child, I would go to the grocery store shopping with my mom and older brothers, and nothing in that store got us as excited as the cereal aisle. And one day, me and my brothers see it, glowing through the cereal box. Backyard Baseball, 1997. This game was a huge part of my childhood and probably one of the first video games I actually remember being able to play and have a fun, rewarding experience with. I must have been around 8 years old, and the game was simple, intuitive, and really easy to win if you wanted it to be. And this was great for a kid. My first playthrough I must have played on the easiest difficulty with all the batting and fielding aids on, which made it so a child with limited experience with both video games and baseball could come to love the artistic medium of gaming and the athletic competition of baseball. But before I get too romantic about video games and baseball, let's hop back into Backyard Baseball and see what made it such a great game. The first thing you're greeted to upon opening up this game is the humongous logo, then a classic organ riff paired with the Junior Sports animation, which is actually a really nice animated and realistic catch by Jacinda Smith. Then, there's a series of Little League errors, a montage of chaos, letting you know that this isn't going to be a hyper-serious, realistic game. No, this is going to be kids. They're going to be making mistakes, and that's okay. That's a part of the game. And that was cool for me to see as a kid. Making mistakes is a part of the game. Then the ball from the intro, it seamlessly bounces into what would become my second bedroom. I mean, it's the coziest treehouse that any child, no, any person would love to spend an afternoon in. And it's on this screen you quickly learn that there are 5 places to click. That's right, 5 places to click in total. And we are going to go into great detail into what every single one of them does. The first one here, it just closes the game. So that's pretty simple. We're down to 4. Then there's the card book, the league play board, the trophy, and the pickup window. Let's start with the cards, because this book right here has a catalog of every player's baseball card. Now, in Backyard Baseball, that gives you the player's image, their name, the nickname, birthday, bio, and their in-game stats. But above all of that, it also lets you listen to the unique player music that every single playable player in Backyard Baseball has, which is just so cool. There is a caveat, the Weber twins and Kahn brothers have virtually the same songs, but it's still one of the coolest things in this game. Not only that they are unique pieces, but in some cases actually very ambitious pieces of music. Baseball is known as a spectator sport, and that means that the music happening in between the action is a big part for the audience. It keeps them in the game, and having such diverse music for the walk-ups and the home runs, depending on the character you're playing, gives the game such a fresh feel whenever you're playing with different characters. Next, we'll move over to the pickup window. And what the pickup window immediately does is show you a baseball diamond with 2 big old arrows on the side, which means we have options. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 playable diamonds, all with a variety of quirks. See, Cement Gardens just has a forever alley in left field. The ball will just roll till the cows come home. Sandy Flats doesn't really even have a fence. And Tin Can Alley just has an 18-wheeler in center field, and the ball can just land on top of it. The other diamonds are more or less normal, but they're still unique in their field shape, wall size, and environment. You can play in an alley, on pavement, or at the beach. And yes, these wildly different fields will give you wildly different outcomes. This is actually based in reality as well, as no 2 baseball diamonds in the MLB are the same, and in lower levels of baseball, you'll get some wacky fields. On this screen, you can click Play Ball in the bottom right corner, and Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch will immediately start their pregame presentation. Now, Sunny Day is a classic professional sportscaster, where Vinny the Gooch is playing the part of former athlete color commentator. And again, the game totally nailed it. I watch a lot of sports, and you can totally see the Sunny Day, Vinny the Gooch characters on broadcast teams.
Sunny Day may be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo.
Whatever, Vinny.
From here, let's take a look at the game options. Through the pickup window, you can either play a game, do batting practice, or watch the computer play each other. In the sound tab, you can edit what sounds you hear while you're playing, and the setup is where you find the good stuff. The difficulty, the batting aids, fielding aids, and innings. And two of these things are really important. Number one, the difficulties and T-ball mode. You can make the game as easy as you'd like it, batting off a tee on easy difficulty. This makes the game infinitely easier. But note, you cannot steal or bunt while playing on T-ball mode. The inning adjuster is also super important, as the MLB plays 9 innings, but most lower levels of baseball will play 6 or 7. And having this as a toggleable option makes the game way more accessible to people with shorter attention spans or just less time to play. The 6-inning game will take an average 20 to 25 minutes, but I've had some take 16 and some take 30. Where the 9-inning games will average about 10 minutes more, it's nice to have an option for how long you want to play so you don't have to sit there for half an hour, especially as an 8-year-old, I was never going to sit there for half an hour. Then going through the pickup window and clicking play ball, that will give you the fastest path to gameplay. The more popular option was league play. After clicking on the pencil, you'll be prompted to enter in your name, then create your team. And there's just the right amount of customization here needed. For a game like this, you get to pick your color, logo, team name. You have 10 adjectives, 10 nouns, 10 colors, giving you like, I don't know, a billion different options. From here, you're faced with the greatest decision of your life. Picking your team. You have 9 players to pick and 30 players to pick from. That gives you, again, at least a billion different combinations. And the different player stats force you to strategize your picks and ensure that you have a balanced team with enough pitching and hitting. Or maybe you want to have all the fastest runners, or all the best fielders. It literally makes this a little GM mode. You get to pick and choose, build your team, and this was so cool for me as a kid, as it was kind of like my introduction to general manager modes and strategizing player picks. Upon picking your team or having the CPU pick your team for you, you're taken to the team dugout. And here you can edit your lineup and your defense, load and save your games, review the options, look at your schedule as well as the league standings, and then the statistics. Now, this was another great feature that made a baseball fan out of me. The depth of stats here is not extreme, but very educational. When you click on a stats abbreviation, Sunny Day's voice will come on, telling you exactly what that stat means in detail. I mean, Sunny Day is 100% responsible for telling me what slugging percentage is.
Slugging percentage. Slugging percentage is like batting average, except that doubles, triples, and home runs count more. Doubles count as 2, triples count as 3, and home runs count as 4. Singles count as 1, of course. So add all the numbers up, divide by the number of at-bats, and there you have it. Slugging percentage.
And being able to track these stats as you play through your season, making adjustments to the lineup and defense along the way, gives you a real sense of ownership over the team, and gives the season a cohesive storyline of stat tracking as you progress through the 14-game season, all the way to the BBL All-City Playoffs, the Super Entire Nation Tournament, and then ultimately to the Ultra Grand Championship of the Universe Series. Now, when I played this game as a kid, I played it on the easiest mode, just dominating the competition. And the gameplay was fun and rewarding, and followed the rules of baseball enough that I learned the game. But recently, I wanted to see how challenging I could make backyard baseball. So I played the game on the hardest difficulty with no swing spot, and although I did still win the championship, I did lose some games along the way. And even though I was on the hardest difficulty with no swing spot, I could have still challenged myself more. I could have picked all the worst players. And this just drives home the point this game has a surprising amount of replayability. And now there's just one more button to click, the trophy right there in the middle. When you click here before winning the championship, you'll see the previous winner from 1997. But after winning, you will see your name immortalized along with any subsequent wins you have. And there in the bottom right corner, we have the record book, the creme de la creme. This book holds every single season record for both 6-inning seasons and 9-inning seasons. Humongous, they were keeping track all this time. Every single Pablo Sanchez home run is in the record book, meaning that you can compete against yourself until the cows come home, until your heart's content, until you have a bold name on top of every single one of these lists. All of this from a baseball game that I got in 2004 from a cereal box. This game does have its flaws, but by golly, it just does so much right. And it's crazy to think that this game is a huge contributor as to why I'm a baseball fan. It was so accessible and educational, and I'm so thankful for Humongous for making it, and I'm very thankful to you for watching. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment what you want to see next, and have a great day.